सर्वा यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभू कर्ता नमः। शाम्बरे वनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। ॐ वेदोदयेन तस्मै वसिष्ठाय गुरुणां गुरवे नमः। वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। शब्द ब्रह्म की जय। सरस्वती महारानी की जय। योग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय। हरि ओम। योग वशिष्ठ निर्वाण प्रकरण पूर्व उत्तरार्ध और 18वां सर्ग 18th chapter योग वशिष्ठ, the last half. Yesterday we have seen how many worlds, innumerable worlds, they are intermingled and they are blown away by the wind, as it were, helplessly, and they are so subtle, they remain within each other, and that is full of only vibrations, and that is just as there is no difference in the sky, yet we make the sky different from each other. We make the sky into slices. It is Indian sky, it is Bengali sky, it is Pakistan sky. We make it, but is it really done? Similarly, all these mind only, really they are not there. And if you see the reality, all these visible so-called true worlds are also not there. Because as you think, so you see, so it appears before you. So all these worlds, whether solid, gross or subtle, all these are your mental creation. It is from one angle of vision, all are there, and from other angle of vision, they are just mental, they are just like thoughts, they are not there. Both way. अर्थात तत्व दृष्टि से देखने पर तो वह भ्रांति भी एकमात्र ब्रह्म रूपिणी है. And when we see some pictures in say in one and some forest and some sun is rising and some birds are flying and some in the foothills there are some villages and people are walking around. All these are there seen in the picture. See in our Hanuman ji picture. Sita Ramji is there sitting in the sky and looking at Hanumanji. And behind Hanuman there are mountains and streams, and here temple, and Hanumanji is sitting in a flowery say place, and the river also is flowing by the side. So all these are different. Book is there. So all these are different from each other, but the background is same. So though we see all these differences in our vision, the background, the seer is one. The seen is different from each other, but the seer is one. Similarly, just as the pictures are many, but the different from each other, but the background is one. Similarly, all these universes, whether they are there or not, from one angle they appear to be, from other angle they are not there. Just as after the sunset we don't see the sun, but does it mean sun is never seen by anyone? It is seen by other countries, other people. We don't see what is there behind the mountain, but there is something behind the mountain, we don't see it. We cannot say there is nothing behind the mountain because I don't see. In this way, whether you see it or not, from one angle it is visible, from other opposite angle it is invisible. Even though background is the same, the seer is the same, the substratum is one only. See how many vehicles run on the road. Road is the same. Road never changes. But how many vehicles they run over it all over the day? So something is changing on the unchanging background. That is to be understood. Something is always changing on the unchanging background. That's how all these worlds they are blown away like the hay in the water flow. It has got no independence. It cannot flow according to its will. It is taken away by the force of the river. Similarly, all these universes, they are helplessly flowing in the air or prana, the cosmic air, and the seer is the one, the background is the one. So that is the real truth, unchanging phenomena which is called truth. And in different terms we name it, say Paramatma, or the reality, or the absolute truth, or supreme self, or the background, God, or Allah, in Father in heaven. Call it as you like, but the object is the same, the background, which is unchangeable, which is permanent, eternal. Tattva drishti, from one angle, from the philosophical angle, from the intuitional eyes, if you see, it is the absolute truth. We call it Brahman, and that is named differently by different people of different faiths, different religions, but truth is one. व्यवहार दृष्टि से जगत और उसकी भ्रांति दोनों यदि वायु की भी, तुम लोग have taken something to be true. We cannot easily divert from our faith. Our faith is made after long habitual practice. We go on thinking this is this, and that becomes that. If you see the building like building, it is building for you, but from other angle it is not building. For a builder, it is not building, it is some building materials gathered together. If it is broken, demolished, then the building materials can be used in different other building. It is not a building, it is accumulation of some building materials, that's all. But we living in the building, it is solid building, home, it is shelter for him. So different angle of vision we have repeatedly thought over one thought again and again, that has become solidified for us. It has become solid truth for us. And if we see from its reality angle, then it is not so. What we think, what we see, it is not like that. Many examples we give again and again, repeatedly. You see, your brother is brother for you, but he is father for his son, he is husband for his wife. So angle changes, angle of vision changes. The same persons looked differently by different people. So what you see, that is not the absolute reality. That is reality for some time, changing reality. In this way, the question comes now, if it is so, then how we see this earth, all these planets or the sun or the moon, they are solid truth? Can you say? How dare you can say this? But if you really go to the origin of it, the starting point of it, it is an outcome of some changing phenomena. Earth is not like this always. Now we say there is global warming. Sometimes when I think seriously, I laugh at this global warming. It is wrong. Global warming cannot happen. The globe, our earth, is getting cooler and cooler every time. When it separated from the nebula, which was called the basic nebula, sun, when it was taken out, you see, according to physics, when a gaseous mass is there, which we call nebula, it was in the beginning just like a cloud, a patch of cloud. See the cloud, it never remains steady. Either it changes its shape or it goes from place to place by the force of wind. In this way, the nebula was a gaseous mass was seen in the space, and that was not stable, it was moving, and naturally everything moves around the center. Center is the real force which makes everything move around it. So it moves, it rotates slowly, and then when something rotates, there is created two types of forces. One is centripetal, center attracts the mass towards the center, and something because of force it goes out of the center. Two types, one is attracted towards the center, the other goes out of the center. So two forces act all the time. That's how the diagonal force makes the circular movement. Centripetal, centrifugal force act against each other, and then the third force, diagonal force, makes the object circle in a round and on the center. Centered on the center. So in this way, when a mass was taken out by the centrifugal force, because it was gaseous mass, so a portion was taken out, and that also again moves around the center of it, and that same formula is applicable there also. In that way, it is believed from the mass of earth, a portion was taken out, and it was called moon. Moon means the part of it. In that way, different planets are made, and different sub-planets are there. Earth has got one moon. Mars has got how many moons? Gugulu? No, Mars has got 2 moons. And Saturn has 9. Jupiter had 10. And now they are, at present, how many moons they have? Their property increases. So Neptune have 4, and Pluto had 2 or something like that. So different moons, and they circle around the basic object, that is the planet. There is no darkness on the Jupiter, because 10 moons are there. They will be moving in different directions. So always there is light. And Mars also, very seldom there will be little darkness, or 2 moons are there, they will be moving this way, that way, and there will be always light. So in this way, this is not our subject. Our subject is the planets have brought down from the main source, that is called sun. And sun is yet hot, and whatever is taken out from it, the nearer ones are hotter. The Mercury is yet hot, and the what is that? Shukra, the Venus. Venus also is hotter than Earth, and Mars is cooler than Earth. Slowly, when it goes out and goes on losing its heat in the course of long time, in billions of years, the planet gets cooled down. And in that also, again making little hot, again getting cold, again getting hot, again getting cold. And in the long run, everything goes cooler and cooler. That's how on the earth we have been able to manifest ourselves. Or else such climate or atmosphere is not found in other planets. That's how beings like human beings are not found on the Mars or Moon or say Jupiter. But there are beings, not like human beings. Don't think you are the only beings. This is our limited, foolish thoughts. We are only the beings and there are no other beings in the universe. There are beings. The planet itself is a being. Just as the river itself is water, mass of water. And if you take out one bucket full of water, that is called bucket full of water. Both are water only. Similarly, whatever is manifested, that is called being. The absolute definition, universal definition of a being is, it will have a shape and size, it will have a form with shape and size, and it will have a name to relate with each other. And there will be difference. That is called a being. The human being, the animals are also beings, the plants also are beings, the earth itself is a being. There is life in the river, or else how do you get your life substance from the water? Water is the source of life. So, how can you say there is no life in the river? There is. There is life in air. There is life in plants. And also there is life in the stones also. Don't think that it is lifeless. We call it inert because movement is not visible so clearly. Movement is there. Change is there. That is called movement. But it is not so clearly visible to us, the human beings. That's why we have classified it as living being and non-living being. Non-living being means there is no meaning of non-living beings. Everybody is living being. Even a stone is a living being. There is change in the stone. Every object is subject to change in this universe. And that is the law of nature. You cannot deny it. Concrete proof. So in this way, the earth is going slowly cooler and cooler. How can there be global warming? But warming is felt in between and it will again be cool, again will be little hot in a changing way. So change means hot and cold. change in change. Change in change. No, you are changing, your body, blood is changing, but you are fixed. Your body outwardly is not changing, not visibly changing, but inside everything is changing, isn't it? So change in non-change. The whole body as we see from outside, do you see any change? No. But inside, your food is getting assimilated, you are breathing, your eyes are blinking, you are hearing the sound, everything by change only, changing process. Do you hear anything continuously without any interruption? Can you see everything without any blinking? Everything change in non-change, non-change in change. So in this way, the global warming also, warm in cold, cooling, warming in cooling, cooling in warming, they are intermingled. If you think seriously and minutely, logically, analytically, then you can understand. From outside, our gross vision sees something, subtle vision says something else. In this way, the doubt is raised. व्यवहार दृष्टि से तो जगत और उसकी भ्रांति दोनों यदि वायु के भीतर उड़ते हुए भी उदित हैं, तो फिर हम लोग इस पृथ्वी को निश्चल रूप से कैसे देख रहे हैं? हाउ कैन वी सी दिस अर्थ टू बी सेट, टू बी स्टेबल? आर यू फीलिंग द अर्थ इज मूविंग? वी आर सिटिंग हियर, नथिंग इज मूविंग. But analytically, do you believe earth is not moving? It is moving around its axis. It is moving in the orbit around the sun. The moon is moving around itself and moving around the earth and moving around the sun also. Three movements are there. Whole solar system is moving in the universe, and nobody knows when it will clash against some other planets and everything will collapse.
I think that is the reason mind is also all the time moving.
Mind also moves, intellect also moves, your brain is moving. Your thoughts are moving. Nothing is stable in this universe. Only one thing is non-movable, non-changing, constant, absolutely equilibrium. That is the truth. That is called substratum. Now the question is, how we feel that earth is not moving? This is the question. If you say everything is moving, and how it is possible that we are seeing, we are visualizing, nothing is moving? Do you see the tree is moving? No, it is fixed. Do you think your nose is moving? Do you feel your eyes are moving? There is movement in non-movement. If eyes will move, it will come here. And yesterday we were discussing whether Gangaji is stable or moving. Eh? The water drops are moving, but Ganga as a whole is stable here. Not only here, it is constant right from the source till the uh, its meeting with ocean. Whole track Ganga is stable, but yet it is moving. Perennial movement. In this way, we see something which is not really that. Anyway, the question is how we are able to see this earth not moving, solidly fixed, so firmly fixed. Jagat, इसे आशंका के ऊपर कहा गया, जगत और उसकी भ्रांति ये दोनों उदित नहीं है, यह तो परमार्थ से परमार्थ में निश्चित ही है, अथवा व्यवहार दृष्टि से यदि उदित है तो भी वायु द्वारा किए गए इस पृथ्वी के तत् भ्रमण परिवर्तन आदि को इसके भीतर बैठे हुए हम लोग ऐसे नहीं देख रहे हैं जैसे कि नौका में उत्पन्न हो रहे स्पंद को इसके भीतर बैठे हुए मनुष्य नहीं देखते हैं. He gives the example of the boat. The person who is sitting on the boat, he never feels he is moving. His body is fixed on the boat. If his body will move, he will fall down in the water. But body is fixed. His movement he doesn't feel. And if he sees the plants by the side, they are moving, but he is sitting in one place. Train also we saw yesterday. It was when you travel in the train, speedy train, you see the side objects, they are moving so speedily back and you are sitting steadily. In this way, from small examples we see, and we see the body also. Just now we saw there is movement inside, we don't feel the movement, we feel we are not changing. The change in non-change and non-change in change. This is the law of nature. That's how we feel the earth is not moving, because we are fixed on one place on the earth, just as the movement of the train, boat, or in the plane. When you see travel in the plane, how do you see? Unless you see down, you don't feel your movement. Just little sound, nothing is going on. Plane is not at all moving, but when you see outside, down below, then only you can feel the movement of the plane. This is how our vision, our feeling is, it is not 100% right. Whatever we feel, whatever we take for conclusion, that is partial and from one angle only, not from all-round vision. It is partial vision, one angle vision. It is not the reality. इसी को पुनः स्पष्ट रूप से बतलाते हैं. जैसे अंग में संलग्न नौका के भीतर स्थित मनुष्यों तथा उसमें जड़ित कील आदि को को उसकी गति लक्षित नहीं होती, वैसे ही पृथ्वी के भीतर स्थित पार्थिव देहादिमय लेते हुए भी हम लोगों को उसकी गति लक्षित नहीं होती। He explains further, just as in the train or in the boat, the wood which is by which the boat is made, wood or its materials, they don't move, but the whole mass which is called boat, that moves, but the parts of it never moves. That also we feel in the train. The compartments, they don't move, but the wheels move. And see, if you see everything perfectly analytically, tradition, yes, the tradition of chariot, see, or we can say the process of the mechanism of the car we see. Say the car moves 100 kilometers per hour. Okay? Can you say to whom does this speed belong? What is moving in the car which is seen by 100 kilometers per hour? What is moving? Can you say the engine and the parts of the engine move? Does it move? If the engine will move, car cannot move. Engine is fixedly, tightly fixed on the body. Then only it will make the car move. Okay. Do you think the body moves? No. Body is tightly fixed with the what you call axles and other parts of the body, wheels. It is tightly fixed. And do you think the steering moves? No. If a part of steering will move, steering will not work. Isn't it? Steering is, every part is tightly fixed. And the wheel moves. You may say, yes, the wheel moves. Do you think the tire on the wheel moves? If it will move, the car will meet an accident. The tire never moves. Not a single part of the tire moves. And neither the tire, nor the tube, nor the rim, nor the axis, nothing moves. Nor the free wheels, nor the bulbs, ball bearings, nothing move. Everything is tightly fixed. Then only the car can move. Then how do you think what is the speed? Who moves? Come on.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing is moving. But movement is understood when there is comparison between the road which is apparently not moving and the car is moving on it. Then only we feel the movement, or else nothing is moving. So in this way, when you go from one to the other, one by one, if you go on seeing which is moving, In this world nothing is moving, but we see movements everywhere because of changing our vision, our thoughts, our thinking process moves. But nothing in this universe moves from one angle, and from other angle everything is subject to move. Both angles. Front page, you don't see the back page, I see the back page. Both together is the book. Front page and back page, both together, then it is a book. Coin, head and tail both together is called coin. If you say head only, it is not the full coin. It is partial statement, haphazard statement. The head is called coin. It is not absolutely true. Both head and tail and the size and the around the together is called coin. The stamp on it, then only it is called coin. If it is only a metal piece, it is not coin. Similarly, the case in every object. When we see one thing, we don't see the other things. When we see the head, face, we don't see the backside. Our vision is limited, and that's how we have to change the vision to see the reality, and that's how the change is understood or felt. There is no change. Again the same magic.
वो तो magician के ऊपर depend करता है.
You see one side of the coin, one side of the coin, the other side I see which you don't see. So do you think this is coin or this is coin? Which is coin? Everything together, this side, this round shape, and the marks on it, everything together is called coin. If one thing is taken out, it is not a coin. Similarly, what are you? If you are a human body, then all the parts together, taken together, is called human. If one thing is not there, you are not human being. So when we see one side, the other side is not visible. So we have to change. This is how the change takes place. Understood now? How and why we see the change? Because our vision is limited, one-sided. We try always to see everything. That's how our vision changes, not the object. When you see this side, do you think the coin is changing? When you see this side, do you think the coin is changed? Coin is as it is. It is not changing, but your vision is changing. Similarly, the case with boat and train and our world and earth and all the objects in the universe, everything. Nothing is changing, but yet everything is changing because we see one after the other. Our vision is changing. And coming to modern scientists, I am not blaming, but I am claiming. I am not blaming, but I am claiming. When they got together, all the scientists of the world, they got together and they wanted to blast the atom. And they thought, when the atom blasts, the whole universe will collapse, the earth will collapse. They were very terrified. And nothing happened by the grace of God. And they found when the atom was blasted by scientific process, then they found something which is called particles of the atom. They named it God particles. And how do they define? The God particles, when you pay attention to the God particles, they go on changing. And when you don't pay attention, they never change. This is their declaration. How do they define the God particles? The moment you look at it, it changes. So, I claim whether the God particles change or your mind changes, your thoughts change. What is changing? You fool, you don't think you are changing and not the God particles. Which is changing? Our vision is always comparative vision. We compare something, then only we take the conclusion. How can you claim you are right? When I changed the sides, can you say the coin is changing? Your vision is changing. That's how the whole universe is set up. Everything is changing because we are changing. Our vision is changing. Our mind is changing. Thoughts change. This is how the creation is, whole universe is. Somewhere from one angle it is changing, from other angle it is not changing. इस तरह पश्ये में पूरा वह्यंत एवं मंदर में रवः। इस अपनी उक्ति का श्री रामचंद्र जी से उपादन करके उपर्यु पर्यंतरंतः कदली दलपीठवत्। And from another analytical process we can see, say you are looking at me. Can you see me totally, fully, 100%? Can you see me 100%?
No.
Only some part. And then if you want to see me fully, totally, then you have to change the part what you are seeing. When I see my palm, I don't see my back, not the other hand, not the shoulder, not the nose, but I see this. And then I change the angle of vision. Then I see my wrist, then the arm or the shoulder or the body. One after another, we cannot see. The clue is, the clue to the whole universe, to the limitlessness. Then only you can see everything within you. You are the whole cosmos, and everything is within you. You can see yourself. When you close your eyes and sit calmly, you feel the whole body together at a time. But when you open your eyes to see something, your body, you cannot see the body fully at a time, because the vision is limited. When you become whole total, then you can see the whole total. You are not limited with your body or mind or your identity. Then you can see the whole universe within yourself, and then that is not moving, that is constant. That is how the truth is constant. We see everything is changing, the nature is changing because of our limitedness. We have gone far away from the truth, becoming limited again and again. Private limited. My company is private limited. Private, and that is limited within myself. It is not unlimited. The bigger one can see the smaller one within itself. Okay? The whole body can see the hand within itself. If you can feel the body at a time, at a vision, at a sight, that means you can feel it, then you can feel all the parts of the body together at a time. Or else you have to change your vision from one to the other. Then only you can feel the whole totality. The group means individualities are there. That is called group. So the group leader, the whole total group can feel everyone within it, but every singular identity cannot feel whole thing together. He has to change. Then only he can feel. छोटे से व्यूह रचना पूर्वक निर्माण करने के लिए प्रयत्नशील शिल्पकार की बुद्धि से अल्पत्व की कल्पना द्वारा जैसे योजनों दूर तक विस्तीर्ण हुआ घर अनुभूत होता है, वैसे ही भीतर भीतर अत्यंत सूक्ष्म भी परमाणु में यह संसार बुद्धि से कल्पना द्वारा अनुभूत होता है. See, the Vedas declare the truth is smaller than the smallest and the bigger than the biggest, which is smaller than the both are together in one. The biggest is in the smallest and smallest is biggest. How is it? He gives the example. See that picture, or we see the outside views. In one side we see the mountain top and the field just it. That distance is within no distance, because our vision is one. How can there be distance? But yet the distance is there and it is understood by subtle analytical mind. There is a distance. One is other than the other. It is not the same. So there is gap, there is distance. But that distance is not seen when we see it at a time, at a glance. So both together, the distance is seen in no distance, and understand the distance is there, but that distance is not seen by our one vision. In the photograph also, say 5-degree angle from here, the lens will be, when it is angled, it will be hardly 5 degree, and it can cover, if it goes to the sky, light years will be covered by it, from one star to other star at night. Isn't it? One angle can hold so much. So that depends upon how do you see. This is how he says, Anuranyan, the bigger one holds the smaller one. My vision is bigger and it holds the smaller distances and smaller things within it. And in that way, when the angle starts, it is only one point. When it goes cosmos in it, if one galaxy is seen from the other galaxy, the whole galaxy can be seen from one angle. Isn't it observed? It is there in one point. This is how the Anuranyan, the smaller than the smallest, holds the greater than the greatest. Did you follow? Can you have some paper? अच्छा, इसमें हमारा कहाँ चला गया? हमारा मैजिक पेपर सब दूसरे में था. कोई बात नहीं, इसमें हम करेंगे. ये तो कब से गया है, होश नहीं किसी का. मैं तो इधर देखा नहीं. See this angle. Here it is one point, isn't it? From such a small point it started, the angle started. And how much is here? How many points are there in this arch? One dot. It can hold so many innumerable dots within its vision. Understood now? Similarly, if you see this whole universe and many universes, they are centered on one point only. That point is, and everything is within it, that is greater than the greatest. You cannot imagine. Nothing can be thought over even. So it is called greater than the greatest, smaller than the smallest. In this way we have to express. There is no other language to express it. ये गया है,
रिकनेक्ट कर लो, रिकनेक्ट इट वन सेकंड.
क्या हुआ?
स्वामी जी पावर नहीं है.
अरे यार, आपका चल रहा है स्वामी जी?
ना, यूट्यूब चल रहा है.
अच्छा अच्छा. गुरु जी चलो छोड़ो ना, और थोड़ा टाइम रह गया, आधा घंटा और.
आधा घंटा है. एक मिनट. That is also private limited.
Everything is private limited. This is called unlimited, this is called limited. Point is limited and this is unlimited. There is no There is the end of expansion. छोड़ दो यार, हम पावर है, कुछ हो जाता है रोजाना ऐसे ही.
Swamiji, to have a bigger and bigger vision, then is yoga the solution, only solution, or
What?
you have limited because of all what you have explained, because of limited, tribal limited. To have a bigger vision, is yoga the solution, or what is the alternative?
Yes, yoga, we call it yoga. The solution is known as yoga. Yoga means union. If the unlimited is united with the limited, then everything is understood. That is called yoga. Yoga means union. See, by this, the smallest is united with the biggest. This is called yoga. Yoga is not only a pose topsy-turvy, head down and legs up. It is not called yoga. That is a part of yoga.
So how do we do that?
Huh?
How do we do that? How do we?
This is how, if you can unite yourself with the whole infinity, that is called yoga. That is the purpose of yoga. This is just starting neophytes. For the neophytes, you have to stable your body and mind. So, to sit in a pose constantly without movement, these yogas. And beyond that, so many things are waiting for you. This is one step only. To reach the terrace, you have to go step by step, several steps. Then only you can go to the terrace.
Maybe the analogy is to fold the vision, like folding the paper. If we fold the paper, we fold the vision, then we can take the limited and the absolute and put it together.
Yes. Yes.
Like folding the paper.
Yes. You have to fold the whole universe in the black hole. The space and times, they get curved. They lose their identity. When you lose your identity, that is called curving. Understood? Yes. So in this way, sorry bhai, Hari Om, कोई हैं या सब चले गए इधर उधर? कुछ गड़बड़ी हो गया था कनेक्शन में, इधर पावर में. माफ करना, ये सब यूट्यूब में मिल जाएगा. चलो, ये कैसे सारे दुनिया कैसे एक में समाहित है, अणुरणियान महत्व महियान, उसी को हम देख रहे थे. वो इसको देखो भाई आप लोग, ये एक एंगल देखो, इस एंगल में ये एंगल यहाँ से शुरू होता है, देख पा रहे हैं आप लोग? आप लोग इस एंगल को देख रहे हैं क्या? सुन नहीं रहे हैं कोई? हैं?
देख रहे हैं।
देख रहे हैं? अच्छा, तो समझो ये एग्जाम्पल, अणोरणीयान महतो महियान, ये स्टार्ट इधर से होता है, ये स्मॉलर देन द स्मॉलेस्ट, ये छोटे से छोटे तक हम जा सकते हैं, अणु से भी और छोटा, परमाणु से भी और छोटा, ये स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट। ये पूरा इतना स्पेस को अपने अंदर धारण करता है। महत्वमयान, इसको अगर हम बढ़ाएंगे, ये कहाँ तक बढ़ेगा कोई ठिकाना नहीं, उसका कोई अंत नहीं, अनंत तक बढ़ेगा। तो वो अनंत इस अंत में इतना छोटा हो जाता है। और ये सारे चीज इकट्ठे, उसी को हम जो देख रहे हैं कहते हैं अणोरणीयान महत्वमयान। परमात्मा छोटे से छोटे और बड़े से भी बड़े हैं, विस्तार का कोई सीमा नहीं और सीमा का कोई सीमा भी नहीं, छोटे हो चाहे बड़े हो। इसी को गांधी जी भी अपना व्यवहारिक भाषा में बोले थे, वेद का सार को क्या बोले थे? गांधी जी क्या बोले थे? बड़ा होने को चाहते हो तो छोटा होना सीखो। इफ यू वांट टू बिकम बिग, then try to be small. That means if you want to be a bigger personality, the whole world will know you, you want name and fame, reputation, then try to become smaller than the smallest. Your ego must be crushed into the ground. Then only you can become the biggest. With ego nobody can become biggest. बड़ा होने को चाहते हो तो छोटा होना सीखो। और वही हमारे गुरुदेव नमस्कार योग में बोले हैं। गुरुदेव जाकर के जंगल में एक चींटी को भी नमस्कार करते थे, साष्टांग दंडवत प्रणाम करते थे। गुरुदेव used to go to jungle and salute, prostrate before an ant. You have to be smaller than the smallest. He had practiced it. That is the way to be bigger than the biggest. If you can cross your ego to the ground zero, then only you can be universal being. The way to become biggest is to be smallest. This is what our national father of the nation, Gandhiji, taught us. You have to behave as the smaller than the smallest. Trinadapi sunichena. हाँ जी, you should behave even lesser than a hay, a piece of dry grass. You are lower than that, then only you can be higher than the Everest. That is the way. And this is the proof. तो फिर करें तुच्छ विचारवान पुरुष छोटी सी भी वस्तु को बहुत बड़ी मान बैठता है, जैसे कि रत्नों के भंडार में प्रविष्ट हुई धन धन संबंध शून्य मूषिकाएं रत्नों को बहुत नहीं मानते हैं, किंतु सिर्फ एक अंजुलि भर अन्न को ही वहाँ अपने बड़े भाग्य से प्राप्त हुआ बहुत समझती है। अथवा छोटे छोटे बच्चे पहने हुए अपने बहुमूल्य आभरणों को भी अधिक आदर की दृष्टि से नहीं देखते हैं, किंतु मृग या पक्षी के आकार के बना हुआ नवीन नानाविध रंगों से रंगे गए चमत्कार से हुए मिट्टी के पिंड को ही अपने खेलने के बहुत बड़ी चीज समझते हैं, जिससे कि वे इसी मिट्टी के खिलौने से लुब्ध होकर अपने बहुमूल्य आभरणों को भी उसके बदले में दे डालते हैं। ये इसलिए कहते हैं परमाणु आदि में बृहद रूप की कल्पना करके उसमें बृहद जगत के समावेश का अनुभव नहीं करना चाहिए। परमाणु आदि में बृहद रूप की कल्पना करके उसमें बृहद जगत के समावेश का अनुभव नहीं करना चाहिए, उसको समझा रहे हैं। कहने का मतलब हम तो एक दृष्टि से अभी ये समझे कि छोटे में बड़े को देखना चाहिए, परंतु दूसरे दृष्टिकोण से छोटे में बड़े को नहीं देखना चाहिए। यद्यपि छोटे में ही सारा बड़ा है, लेकिन देखना तो ऑलराउंड विजन से, खाली छोटे में बड़े को नहीं देखना, बड़े के अंदर भी छोटे को देखना चाहिए। तभी दोनों तरफ देखोगे तो दृष्टि समता को प्राप्त होता है। What he says, we have to see the biggest in the smallest and smallest in the biggest, both way. If you see one-sidedly, if you see the biggest in smallest, that is haphazard, that is not perfect vision. It is half whole distance, so much unlimited distance within it, but at the same time that unlimited distance also holds the smallest distance within it. Both way you have to see, then only your vision becomes perfect. Just as I told on the case of the coin, when you see all round this side, back side, the thickness, the marks and everything, then only it is a coin, or else it is not a coin. Similarly, when you see from all round vision, then only it is your perfect. Some children, they give more value to the toys, valueless, insignificant toys which are colored and attractive, and they are gold and so costly ornaments in the body. The children, they don't care for that, but they care for small toys which are colorful and so beautiful to look. That is wrong. And they see he gives another example of the rat, the mouse. It lives in a hole, small hole under the ground. When it gets little corns, it thinks, oh, sumptuous food, God's grace, so much mountain is before him, and the whole is in a say gold mine. It gives a value to small corns, little corns. That is not the process. We should not think in that way. Both vice versa, both the democratic governments should have opposite. Without opposition, government is not perfect. So that is called democratic government. You should take both the sides together, and our creation is made up of by pairs of opposites. Whenever you think one, the opposite is there with it. When you think of the light, that is understood when compared with the darkness. Without darkness there is no light. Without night there is no day. Without back there is no front, there is no sky. If everything is one, no comparison, then is no name, no form, nothing. When two starts, then name, form, comparison, relation. So the whole universe is made up of pairs of opposite. If the positive is there, negative is there. If good is there, bad will be there. So both should be taken together, then you can see, you can have a perfect vision. Or else your vision is haphazard. Your understanding is haphazard. So he emphasizes upon both the sides. Not, your vision should not be one-sided. Anuraniyan Mahatomayan. Ji?
So Swamiji, we can say that we are included in the infinite. But how can we say that in us the infinite is also included?
This is how? This is how. The whole infinite is in a small center, yes. That is how the Vedas said, Anuraniyan, smaller than the smallest, is known as bigger than the biggest. This is the proof. It starts from the smallest and ends in the biggest. There is no end of both the sides. Endless. It is unqualified, unconditional. Understand from all sides. Then only your understanding, your vision will be perfect. Yes.
What about the feeling of the coin? Do we need to
Feeling.
feeling to feel that it's to feel the material, to feel
Feeling only when you have transaction, or else it is good for nothing. It has got no value. Value is understood. Meaning is understood when it is taken and given. Transaction is done. For something, then only it has value. That is called feeling. That is the real value of it, meaning of it. Without exchanging, the whole world is a process of exchange. That is called transaction. Give something, take something. That is called relationship. That is the real relationship, related world. We have to give something and take something. Without that, there is no relative world.
So if I see the car, I need to know it's a car, not only to see all sides and to see that there is an engine. I also maybe need to be inside the car. If I'm not inside the car,
Inside, outside, everything we see by perception. Our senses get contacted, get union with its objects, particular objects. Our eyes see the forms, the ears see the sound, and the nose perceives the smell, etc. Particular, the eyes cannot hear, the ears cannot see, so their particular objects should be connected with. Then only we get back some informations. For example, if you throw a ball against the colorful, say, picture, it will clash against the wall and bring back you the color of the wall. That is the information about the object. This is how eyes see the forms outwardly. They don't penetrate inside. When you see the building from a distance, do you know what is there inside? Nothing you know. Outside picture you get. That is information you get by your vision. Vision means by the senses. Senses get united with the object from the surface only, from outside only. It never gets in. You know the amoeba. Our example is always repeated again and again. See, amoeba, the monocellular living being. It is monocellular, so it has got no parts of it. If it is one cell only, it is living being, then it cannot have its parts. So how does it propagate? How does it grow? Growth is the law of nature. It has to grow, it has to propagate. So what it does, it grows itself and then it circles the whole prey, takes it inside and it assimilates it in a fraction of a second and then grows and then gets divided. Gets divided into two. And in this way, it goes on multiplying, that is the germs of the diseases and other things, monocellular beings. They grow like that. They take it in and assimilate. That is one type of understanding. And another type of understanding, when you discharge an arrow to a ball, football, it will force in and get into it. And if it comes back to you, it will bring all the informations of it inside. And another, if you throw something into the inside the room, say your, what is that called? CCTV, some instrument you threw inside the room, and it takes all the photographs and it records all the sounds, what is going on, and then when you get back, you get all the information of the inside story. In this way, from all over, all sides, from the outward surface, and sometimes from the inward information. So what we get, our concept, our perception is not all round and perfect. That is how you have to understand the coin or everything. Our understanding is so partial, so haphazard. When you have all round and inner and outer, all the informations, full information from inside, outside, all sides, then only your perception is perfect. That is how our understanding is haphazard. We don't see. Though we see, we don't see. Though we hear, we don't hear. Because of our flittering, your changing mind and body and everything, intellect, everything. When you become steady, one-pointed, not moving, constant, then only you will have full knowledge. That is called experiential knowledge, all-round knowledge. Then only one can have. And yoga leads you there. That is called true knowledge. All-round vision, all-round perception, informations. And what we have, common people, we have partial, one-sided, haphazard, informative knowledge. That is not real knowledge. So tomorrow we shall see further. For today this much. छोटे में बड़े का समावेश वस्तुतः नहीं हो सकता, भ्रांति से ही हम ऐसा हो सकता है करके समझते हैं। हरि ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, जोग वशिष्ठ जी भगवान की जय।